and welcome. I'm jumping in here for Mindset Monday. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I'll tell you the truth, mine was not that great. I was recovering from the second COVID shot, but all better now, so I'm good to go. Listen, I want to ask you a question as to whether you have a tug of war going on inside of you. And here's exactly what I mean. First of all, if you are joining live, please say hi in the comments because I'd love to know who's joining. If you watch the replay, type replay so I know who's watching the replay. I'd like to see who's engaged and getting something out of all the content that I'm putting out here for you all. And here's my question again. Do you have a tug of war going on inside of you? What I mean by that is, okay, here's a very common scenario. Let's say you want something. You want to be able to drop a few pounds or maybe a lot of pounds. You really want to fit into those shorts, fingers crossed from summer, but you don't know if you're really going to. You want to be able to feel good in your bathing suit this summer. You want to have more energy. You have these wants. You know what you want. And then there's what you actually do, right? Because then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you find yourself eating half a bag of cookies or having a second piece of cake or diving into the leftover pizza after everyone goes to sleep. And you're thinking to yourself, what the hell is wrong with me? Why am I eating this food when this isn't what's going to get me towards my goals, right? Eating a leftover pizza is not going to help you drop the pounds, right? I mean, it's just not. Here's where, so you've got this one, your wants, what you want is pulling you one way, but then what you're actually doing is pulling you away from it. So you've got this tug of war, this pulling two different directions. In the middle of that is what you're thinking about. Okay, so you're thinking about, yes, oh, I want to feel better in my body. I want to feel confident when I walk into a room or when I put on shorts or when I wear a tank top. I want to feel amazing in my body. And what I really want is that piece of chocolate cake over there. At that 4 o'clock hit in the afternoon, what I really need is something, a pick me up. I need a syrupy frappuccino from Starbucks to get me through the day. Or 9 o'clock hits, the kids are finally in bed. Like, I need a reward for the day for making it through such a stressful day and getting everything done. And those cookies or that trail mix or that ice cream, that is what's going to do it. So, how you're thinking about what you want, but then you're also thinking about what you really want in the moment, right? And so you're not getting anywhere. Just like in a game of tug of war, you got one person pulling on one side, one person pulling on the other, and they're not getting anywhere, right? They're not actually moving anywhere because they're pulling against each other. So if you are feeling stuck, you know what you want, but your actions are not getting you any closer, you feel like you're not moving anywhere, put a 1 in the comments below or put a me in the comments below. Let me know. Let me know if this is you, and I want to help you out today with sharing one of the core pillars that I teach in the Unstuck Method, which is the program where I help women basically become better thinkers so that they can take their power back from food and the diet culture and discover how to feel amazing and confident in their bodies without tracking macros or counting calories or obsessing about food every day. So, self-story alignment. That's what I want to talk to you about today. Okay, so let me know. Hey, Katrina, see you joining. Great to see you. Okay, self-story alignment. This is the story that we tell ourselves in our head. I really want thinner thighs, but I really want the chocolate cake. What happens before we take an action is there's a thought that precedes that action. So before I go have that piece of cake, there's a thought that happens right before that. Sometimes so automatically we don't even realize it's happening. So self-story alignment is a 4-step process that I teach women in the Unstuck method. But the first step is starting to develop some awareness, because all change starts with awareness. So start to develop, what is that thought that's happening? Okay, so what is that story that I'm telling myself about that piece of cake? The story might be, I really need something right now, or because I'm just had a terrible day, or I'm so stressed, I know that piece of chocolate cake is going to make me feel better. Yeah, it might make you feel better in the 30 seconds that you're actually putting it in your mouth. Is it going to make you feel better half an hour later, an hour later, tomorrow? No, it's not. It's just a story you're telling yourself. And that story of that chocolate cake's going to make me feel better is not aligned with what you ultimately want, which is to feel confident and amazing in your body. They're not aligned. They're pulling two different directions. So learning how to change that story you're telling yourself, and changing the story so that it is aligned with where you want to go, right? Feeling rocking in your shorts this summer, or amazing when you put on a sundress or a tank top. Okay, just having energy during the day. So start to pay attention to what that story is that you're telling yourself, and get curious. Don't get judgmental. There's no judgment here, because believe me, we all do it. I've done it. We all do it. The women that I work with in the Unstuck method, they do it. They do it a whole lot less now than they used to. But we all do it. We all tell ourselves stories. The key is we can change those stories so that they align with where we want to go, that they align with our goals and our outcomes and how we want to show up in the day for ourselves, for our family. Okay, so pay attention to the stories that you're telling yourself around food, around whether you snack or not, what it is that you eat, whether you exercise, whether you go for a walk. What are those stories you're telling yourself? And then start to ask whether they're actually true or not, because they might not be as true as what you think. And that's something that I would love to, if you want to get into that a little bit more, certainly send me a PM. If you want to hear more, we can dive into specific situations at any time. That's why I host this group for all of you, so that I can help support you. But start to ask yourself if they're true or not. What else could be true? And then start to change that story. What kind of thought, what story can you tell yourself that is more aligned with where you want to go? So that might be the chocolate cake. I really want that chocolate cake right now because it's going to make me feel better. Well, what's a different story? It will make me feel better right now, but a cup of tea will make me feel better tomorrow, right? Because you ever have like a big piece of chocolate cake at night and you wake up in the morning and your stomach's not feeling so great, right? I know that a cup of tea will make me feel even better, right? I know that going to bed earlier will get me more rest. So I will have less cravings the next day. I'm going to have more energy. There's all kinds of benefits for the sleep. That's going to make me feel better. So then you can choose something different. It's learning how to change the story that we're telling ourselves around food, feeling good in our bodies, whether we're actually stuck or whether we just need some help and support. Okay, it's self-story alignment. So if this is helpful, I'm very glad, because that's why I'm doing this. But I would love to hear, what are the biggest stories you tell yourself around your eating habits? That might, or around weight loss, feeling good in your body. It could be, some common ones that I hear are, it's too hard. I'm always going to be fat. Everybody in my family is overweight. I can't say no to pizza. I have to have something to eat before I go to bed. I can't say no to sugar. I'm addicted to sugar. These are all stories, and your story, it could be very easily be different. I'm giving ones that I hear from women quite commonly. I want to know, what's your story? What thoughts are popping up around your eating habits and moving towards your goals? So put it in the comments. If it's personal and you don't want to put it in the group, it is a private group. Only women that are in here see it, but feel free to send me a PM. Katrina says, this one decision won't matter, right? Or as I like to put it, what the hell effect? Like, what the hell? It's one cookie. Like, this one decision, it won't matter. But every time we make a decision that's not aligned with where we want to go, where we want to be, what our goals are, then we're out of alignment, right? So let me know what stories pop up for you. What kinds of thoughts come into your head? I would love to hear more of them, so put them in the comments. And in the meantime, I will look for this Thursday. We're going to be having a live interview with one of the women who is in the Unstuck Method right now, Natalie. I'm very excited. So I will be back in here live on Thursday. Okay, you have a great day.